We are talking about John Mellencamp's one and only film, the 1992 romantic drama.
The multi-hyphenate genre mashup.
It's
What
called,
genres would you put this in, Andy?
wait,
Oh,
let
well,
me at least tell people the name
Yeah.
of the movie
Oh,
before.
please. Yeah.
It's called Falling from Grace. Me and Travis seem to be of the consensus agreement that this is one of the most absurd films we've ever watched. And Andy loves it.
I think this movie should be taught in public schools.
Yeah. Don't
I
do
think-
this.
There's a lot of lessons that could be taken away from this movie for sure. You got don't name someone Spec. Don't fuck your brother's wife.
Don't fuck your father's mistress, who is also your brother's wife.
Right.
Who is also your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
All sorts of lessons to be learned here.
I had a very different idea of where this movie was going, and the fact that it never went there was disappointing to me.
We should set up the first scene, then we'll let Travis say where he thought it was going, because I actually believe, and me and Travis talked about this before we started recording, if it went the way Travis thought it was going to go, this movie would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Here's the opening scene. No music, no credits, just cut to John Mellencamp firing a gun in the air, standing in the back of a flatbed truck.
Saying, I've done this a million times before.
Yeah. And his friends seem concerned. He's firing this gun. And then all of a sudden, he says something like, I've done all I can do. And then lays inside a cage in the back of the truck. They close the cage, lock it, freeze frame. Movie starts.
That's what we call an en media res. It's a literary device they're using here to get us intrigued by something we're going to see later.
So, Travis, when you saw this opening scene,
Yeah,
where
what did you think?
I thought he knew he was a werewolf and he needed to be locked away to protect everybody.
Fuck. Travis.
That would have made so much more sense. That
Okay.
opening scene would have made all the sense in the world.
That's
If
all I
where
needed.
this headed.
You know what? That's all I needed debate over, Travis. You're right. If I'd had werewolf in my head at the beginning of this movie too, which is insane that I didn't, by the way. Can we talk about this?
Yeah, I know. I thought for sure this must have occurred to Andy as well. When I see two friends locking a man into a wrought iron steel cage, seemingly like him accepting his fate. He's just said, I've done all I can do. And then I was like, okay, so we're dealing with something supernatural. He knows he's going to turn, he's going to morph, and his buddies are helping him make sure he doesn't do any more damage.
Andy, will you do your best to tell people what this movie is about?
Yeah, I'll try. Look,
And help me understand too, please.
It's a prodigal son. John Mellencamp plays a famous country singer who is coming back to his small town in Indiana, and it was filmed in Seymour, Indiana, where he's from, like you said. He comes back there. He's trying to fit in. He doesn't really fit in. He reconnects with an old flame. Some family dramas resurface, and it's your typical like character study / ethnographic survey of Middle America, and it gets real kind of Flannery O'Connor in place, and there's some incest isn't the right word.
No, it's incest in law, though.
In law, yeah. Yeah, there's some extramarital activities happening within legal family confines.
But that predate him. Like, he's coming home to his sister-in-law, who is his original first girlfriend, or at least ex-girlfriend, first love. She's in the midst of a tryst with his father.
Yeah. That reveal, by the way, in my notes, I was like, oh gosh, so the dad wants to fuck his daughter-in-law. That's kind of gross. And the very next scene is her being like, so I'm fucking your dad. So yeah, he comes back with his wife, Alice, played by Mariel Hemingway, who's a Los Angeles big city gal. She's kind of got a little Green Acres thing going on.
I wonder how autobiographical this was, because this came out fresh off of his divorce to that woman he met at the record label in Los Angeles.
Yep.
When he says in the song Small Town, met an LA doll and brought her to the small town. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah, and that's in this movie.
And right around the same time this movie came out, he divorced her.
There's a lot in the autobiographical stuff in this that's kind of concerning, or kind of like, I don't know how much, because he does an interview where he's asked like how much of this is autobiographical, and he kind of dodges it because there's a lot of stuff in this film that it's like, wow, if that's from your life, you suck. And
Yeah.
there's like most of this movie is people telling him that he's full of shit or that he's an asshole, and most of the time they're right.
We should talk about the scene that kind of sets up the central conflict in this movie. They're at a party of some sort. I think they're at the country club, and he runs into an ex-flame named PJ.
Played by Kay Lenz.
From this conversation they're having at first, I couldn't quite tell, is this John Mellencamp's ex-girlfriend? Is this John Mellencamp's brother's wife? Is this John Mellencamp's dad's girlfriend?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Yes. The
To
answer is
all
yes.
of those things.
All
Yes.
of the above. And I love that. I love that her introduction into this film happens so slowly. You know, we see her, she's in that scene where he meets his brother for the first time in a while. And we very clearly understand right away that this brother's a fucking asshole.
Not the favorite son, Parker. Yeah, the one,
Park.
the white tuxedo brother.
Yeah,
I
white
loved
tuxedo
his
brother.
character, by the
Dude,
way. That guy was great.
I love it. Yeah, the movie is full of fascinating characters, and he is like the way he dances in the
Yes.
party scene too. It's just like, oh wow, you're just completely all around not a human being. She's in the background of that scene, just waiting in the car, and then he goes over and says hi to her, and they have this like moment of silence. And Kay Lenz's face in that scene, that's all I needed to know. Like, oh, they used to fuck. Like that's very clear.
That scene where they're setting up the big conflict here, which is that John Mellencamp's ex-girlfriend, who he was apparently very in love with, they broke up. She married his brother.
Because he was the last best thing in town.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now she is cheating on his brother with their father.
Mm-hmm.
And John Mellencamp reacts to this in the only reasonable way a person could. He starts fucking PJ also.
That scene where he goes to her house and goes up the stairs, and it's like, I see their mouths coming together, and I'm like, your dad's dick was in there. Don't do it.
I was so put off by that. I was like, how? How do you move past that? Not only are you fucking my brother, you're fucking my father. All right, let's just throw me in the mix again too. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like at that point, I don't know, it's all chaos.
I was going to say, but now we should talk about my favorite part in the film, which is this insane ending. As it turns out, we end up back where we started. There's that opening scene we mentioned where Mellencamp is shooting a gun in the air and then just lays down in a metal cage that his friends secure him in. And we come back to that scene near the end of the movie. And it turns out Mellencamp's plan for dealing with all this is he's going to have his friends strap him into that cage in the back of the truck and then push the cage out the back of the truck so it can just drag him on the street behind it. I don't know how that's going to help. I don't believe that anyone has ever done this and survived.
I don't believe anybody's ever done it.
When it goes wrong, I laughed so hard. When that cage goes flying past that street sign, I howled and was like, well, Mellencamp's dead, right? He's got to be dead. No one survives that.
You can't kill the cougar.
At that point, I'm still in hopeful werewolf mode. I'm like, werewolf is going to pop up out of the overgrown grass.
Kill both of these guys.
Really is kind of the climax of the film is this big action sequence where John Mellencamp gets pushed out the back of the truck inside a cage
and truck stunt.
And then goes flying off the side of the road like he's in a goddamn luge.
Well, you know it's gonna fucking happen too. There's this whole like pomp and circumstance like build up to it with that sequence where the sound cuts out, right? Yeah. And it's like a heartbeat sound as he's like strapping in slow-mo. And then just like when you realize what's happening, it's like, oh yeah, this is a disaster. That's 100% something terrible is about to happen.
And what does it look like if that goes well? Does he pop out of that cage and is like, shit, I'm fixed?
It's therapy, bro. It's Indiana therapy.
Or does he go, that was great. Let's go again. Let's go again. It never stops.
I'm not quite. Yeah. I still got some demons in me. One more time.
Here's what I found really interesting about this movie. It did get pretty decent reviews. John Mellencamp's performance was reviewed pretty well. So you might be wondering, well, John, how come you never did a movie again? And I feel like we get our answer right away because there's a scene after he lands that private jet and he heads off to the house he's going to and he's talking to everyone in the living room and he is chomping on a toothpick that is the size of a fucking Louisville Slugger. And in that moment, I was like, he can't smoke.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is being tortured right now. Because, reminder, this is a man who at this point in his life was smoking at minimum 5 packs of cigarettes a day. That
And
is 100 cigarettes a day.
And this is 1991 that this was filmed. So it's not like smoking in film is a big taboo.
Other
I mean,
people
it's
smoke.
becoming a taboo. Other people smoke in the film. So my theory about this, I wondered the entire time too, like why there's packs of cigarettes sitting on his nightstand next to an ashtray with butts in it.
Yes.
He smokes. This character is canonically a smoker. We see him smoke once, and I can't even remember when, but you never see him smoke other times. And it got me thinking, like, why would he do this? Oh, it's a continuity. He has to smoke so much that if he was smoking in every scene, it would be a disaster for editing.
Yeah, those cigarettes would all be different lengths.
They would all be different lengths.
That makes sense.
So I think that that's it, is just like, well, we can't make it match, so I'm just going to not smoke in every scene. And I think you're onto something, that might be why he never made another movie.